YouTube, what is going on? Chris with Journals, Comics, and Pop Culture. Today I'm talking about Captain Marvel, guys. I just came back from seeing it last night, and I'm telling you, it was a great movie in my opinion. As always, I get my special edition popcorn container for sure. Put that with the collection. But here's the thing, guys. This isn't a review. This is a call to the community, to comic book fans, or superhero fans in general, whether you're just a fan of the movies, a fan of comics, whatever it may be. But I'm going to address specifically the comic book community on YouTube and Facebook, where I'm just trying to put an end to the hate. Obviously, it'll probably never end, but I just got to call out the ignorance that transpired before the release of this film. So, I'm going to pick on a couple YouTubers, and I don't do this, guys. I don't, for those that follow my channel, I don't call people out. I don't start drama. This isn't me. I'm here for the love of the hobby and of collecting. But because my love for it is so strong and I'm so passionate in this situation, I need to call people out. I need to call this out because I'm tired of it. We are looking at a movie that is just breaking records right now, first and foremost. But as most of us know, we probably sat the weeks going up to the Captain Marvel release and even a couple months hearing so much negative BS about how this movie's going to fail, how this movie, nobody wanted this movie. It is not marketed to it's discriminating the true fan base and all this stuff. It's feminist, liberal, left wing, whatever you want to call it, propaganda. And again, I'm making a statement. I don't believe in party politics. I just believe in truth and not being ignorant. So to the ignorance that surrounded this film, you have YouTubers, and I'm gonna call out Geeks and Gamers and John Talks. And like I said, I'm sorry to pick on both of them because there's so many out there. But they sit here and they flood YouTube for clicks, for clickbait, with clickbait, to spew such rhetoric that is slapping them in the face right now. I believe on Geeks and Gamers, they spoke of, Geeks Gamers had John Talks as a guest in a guest video. So I don't know if it was him or Jeremy, but they were both talking about it, about how this movie is going to fail, about how, it's not looking good for Captain Marvel. We don't even think that they're going to make like $30,000-$40,000, $30 to $40 million in opening weekend. It's going to bomb. Is this going to be the end of the MCU and Marvel Studios? And Disney's already ruined the Star Wars franchise with feminism and feminazi propaganda and all this stuff. Here we are. Here are the facts, guys. Here are the facts. Thursday night, Captain Marvel hit almost the mark that these YouTubers said this movie wouldn't get for opening weekend. As of right now, we're not even done with opening weekend. Captain Marvel is hit almost $50 million. It's $500 million worldwide. It's had the second best opening weekend, only behind Endgame. So how is that a slap in the face for all of these haters? And when I say haters, I'm not saying it as this urban slang word. I mean, it's true. People literally spewing hate on this film. Now, I will go into a little bit of review here, just to voice my opinion on this movie. I enjoyed this movie so much. It was a little slow at first, but I felt they did a good job kind of going back with Carol trying to, because she lost her memory. She's trying to figure things out. And then halfway through the movie, though, once like the plot thickened and the action gets going, it jumped off and it was dope. And it had elements of everything you would expect from an MCU movie. It had elements that reminded me of Star Trek. It had elements that reminded me of Star Wars. And it was just an overall well-done movie. Now, art and film is subjective. So to what extent you personally feel this movie fine? Was it one of the best Marvel movies to date? I don't know. But here's the thing that I think the majority of people can't deny. It served its purpose. It set up Endgame. I'm so much more hyped about Endgame. Let me give you an example. When I came out of The Last Jedi, I had my shoulders down and I was like numb, not knowing what to feel, and I didn't want to. I wasn't hyped for Episode 9. I was like, what the heck did I just watch? This movie, regardless of how good it was, did an amazing job setting up Endgame. So there's so much positive stuff going on with this film. Like I said, no matter where you rate it in, your favorite slot of MCU movies or comic book movies, whatever. But here's the thing: people are speaking with their dollars and showing us what they wanted. People wanted this movie. And yeah, these movies aren't marketed just for the comic fan base. They're marketed to the younger generations. It's Disney, obviously. It's marketed to people that never probably even maybe picked up a comic book, but have enjoyed the film universe of superheroes. But that same thing is bringing new people into the comic books. I know I got kids that see these movies and want to go straight to the comic book store and find the books on them. So this film fits right in line with any other Marvel film with that formula. There was no political propaganda. There was no feminist propaganda. It was about a woman being, wanting to join and fight for her country and being knocked down by bullies. That's not a men, women, it doesn't matter. So many of us experience bullying and experience getting knocked down and wanting to get back up. That was Carol Danvers' story in this movie. They made one reference to how in the Air Force they got where they were because they didn't let women into to be on the front lines flying the planes or so. I forget, but that's not propaganda. This is factual truth because this took place in the late 80s and early 90s when she was in the Air Force. And this was actually a thing back then. So they're addressing historical fact. There was no propaganda at all. And as somebody said on Facebook, the only agenda that this had was to set up Endgame. I mean, seriously. So here I am, guys, and I don't want to let this go on forever and ever. But the point is, Geeks and Gamers, Jeremy, John Talks, and I've even said to these guys, I originally was subscribed to these guys. And I would comment and tell them, look, I try to respect people and I try to respect them. But it started with The Last Jedi, a film that I wasn't happy about, but where we thwart the narrative to always be about this, who has an agenda? The YouTubers right now that are doing this obviously have an agenda, because once they put like SJW in a title and realized that generated a lot of hits and spewed so much hate and anger and riled up people's emotions, it's clickbait. These YouTubers, I don't know, almost every video they do either has SJW or feminazi, feminism propaganda in their title, or that's what they're talking about. And they're spreading an agenda of divisiveness. I am a diehard comic book fan who is middle-aged at this point, younger middle-aged. I have 15,000 comic books. I don't have a political agenda at all. I don't lean one way or the other. And I love comics, and I love what Marvel has done with their films. And they do the perfect balance, in my opinion, of tending to the true comic book fans while being able to mold it and evolve it to where it also attracts that bigger fan base. So white males are not being secluded. Real comic book fans are not being secluded. And like I said, there's no propaganda agenda anywhere in this film. And it is a smack in the face because this film is doing what it's supposed to do and exceeding that. And I would like to see what any of these YouTubers have to say about that. But there will always be excuses. Oh, it's just the little teeny boppers that are paying to see the movie that are making the sales. We the comic book fans didn't ask for this. Get out of here, man, with that. And people's egos. I guarantee you there's people out there that were chiping on YouTube. Oh, yeah, freaking agenda, political agenda, feminazi, feminist agenda. That saw the movie and actually probably enjoyed it, but their egos are so, strong that they won't even admit it. They won't even admit it. So I'm sorry, guys. I got love for everyone that has love for everyone. If you want to spew freaking rhetoric that has no factual based evidence, and again, this was on a movie that was not released yet. And I don't care if you think maybe she said something in an interview that was distorted and you didn't like what she said. Doesn't matter. People wanted this movie. And the response and the ticket sales show. I would definitely go back and see this movie again in the movie theater. That's my word, guys. I hope you all can get out to this movie and see it if you haven't yet. Like I said, my point of my video is not to twist anybody's opinion and force them to like the movie, but you cannot deny the fact of its success already and the fact that this in no way was nothing more than your standard Marvel formula of making a good, fun-filled action movie. Period. And with that said, thank you guys for watching. Be good to each other. Until next time.